If you look at the data beginning in the 19th centuries, just regarding overweight obesity. So Scott Allen Carson's work on prisoners, men age 18 to 80 in the 19th century, their obesity was 1.2%. So if we just use the year 1900 as a starting point, well, the next actual data is 1960. And in 1960, our obesity in the United States was 13%. So we went from 1.2% in 1900 to 13% by 1960s.
Mhm.
Clearly, the problem was already there, Nick. It was just expanding. And, and then others will say, well, the problem began with the US government's recommendation to go low fat in 1980. And that's when it exploded, because it did. In 1980, obesity was not only, but it was about 14%. And then by 2016, it's 40, or 2018, 42.5%
Yeah.
obesity.
And you can treat it as the baseline if you want to start there. But what you're saying is if you go back to 1900 and before, 13% should have been considered a very high obesity rate compared to the deeper history that we have.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah, you don't want to use 1960 or 1980 as a baseline. That would be ridiculous, because we already had a huge amount of processed foods in the food supply by that point. So if you want to go back, with any sort of hypothesis you want to proffer regarding any kind of condition or disease, you want to go back to a time when hopefully that disease was extremely rare or didn't exist, and then see what changed.